Hello, this is Endstorm with the promised Space Station 13 update. This past month we've been working a lot on recoding some of the object handling stuff, among other things. First of which is this nifty login screen. So this might sort of resemble the one from Beyond SS13, in that you can pick your dude. In this case I will pick a janitor. And then you can join game, and there's a little chat box down here. And I joined the game, and I've logged in as a janitor, and you can see these little text chat bubbles, and those work pretty well. Hang out above the guy's head, and I can type whatever I want into them, and they sort of dynamically resize themselves. We're sort of looking at how to make these better, maybe have them transparent, or a lot of you guys have put up some good suggestions in the forums. So a big thing of the object recoding stuff was sort of making objects easier to make on the one hand, and easier to add behavior to. So instead of having everything in one sort of monolithic file like this mop, for instance, instead of having this mop be one file that does like everything that the mop could possibly do, or having it be some inheritance tree where the mop inherits from a holdable object and whatnot. Now we can specify the mop as a component, structure. I did a post on this a couple weeks ago. If you want more information about that, go take a look at that post, because it's got sort of the whole idea in it. So you can see the mop sort of does whatever I do. When I move, it moves. We haven't got any animations or anything yet, simply because that's really hard. And we want to get the game together first. We want to make sure that our game is playable and fun, and then add things like animation and shiny floors and lights and things like that. So for now, what we've been up to is adding a whole bunch of objects. Keelan whipped up this really nifty spawn panel in the last 2 days or so, so I can place things wherever I want them, like this biosuit. We've recently reworked the inventory screen, so as you can see right here, you can see a little ragdoll, paper doll of your guy down here, and he's got all these slots. So right now I'm wearing this janitor suit, as you can see, on my inner slot, and then I can pick up this biosuit and put it on the outer slot, and then I look like this guy. So now I'm safe from parasites and airborne viruses and things, once we actually get that into the game. Other things that we've been working on, we brought in a new spriter, Synthorange, who has worked on Space Station 13 Beyond, and he's been an admin on there on the Goon servers for a while. I don't know if you guys all know him, but he's really pretty good. He made these medical things that you see here. There's a bunch of those. We've got forceps, medical scanner, medical saw, scalpel, syringe gun, pretty typical stuff for taking out brains and fixing people up and whatnot. And so you can see how some of these kind of look and work, and just take a look at that real quick. So this is like a surgical gown sort of thing. This is a surgical mask, and then you have these gloves that you can put on. Let's see here, let's go and put those in the hands, and I'll take my existing shoes off, put these on. And there's a dude, he's ready to perform surgery with his tool gun and scalpel, and you can see kind of the interface here resembles what's going on in original Space Station 13 with the two hands. We'll probably nifty up the graphics a bit. I mean, this is some of this is coder art, so if you can imagine it looking better, go ahead and do so. So you can see these objects all have sort of in-hand icons that move when I move, and eventually we'll have an 8-way icon system, so that when I move diagonally, you can also see that happen diagonally as well. It's just, like I said, we want to get stuff into the game and then pretty it up, instead of spending all our time prettying it up. This next week we're going to be hopefully working on things like making mops work making all of these health items work, making it so that when, for instance, I whip out my blue bucket and I dump water on the floor, you'll actually slip on it. So now that we've finished the, putting objects into the game and making them show up right and attach to the character right, next up is going to be making them actually interact with each other and interact with mobs and actors and things like that. Another cool thing that I just wanted to pop in here really quick is our atmosphere system, which I actually worked out months ago and never actually showed off to anyone. So here's our doors, and this door leads to the outside. So as soon as I open it, you can see that air sort of starts to rush out, sort of like in regular Space Station 13, but what's cool about it is that it has velocity, so it'll actually start sucking the air out pretty quickly from other areas of the station. Okay, so here's the last thing that I wanted to show you guys, and this is our entity template system. Before, we'd have to define each item in the game as a different class file and then compile it into the game. But now, if I want to do it, I can just add a section of XML to this file, or one of many XML files, and define what parameters and components I need for the object to have. So in this case, we're looking at shoes, and we know that it needs a sprite component, it needs to be clickable, it needs to be an item, equipable, etc. And this is for the client side. So this defines how the client knows about the object. And there's also a matching XML file and template on the server side that defines sort of the server side parameters of the same object. So in this case, it needs to know that it's wearable on the feet, which is something the client didn't really need to know. It might need to know, but for now it doesn't. So then it's got sort of the same things. It's interactable, it's got an item component, it's equipable, etc. So this is what I've been working on for the past month, and it's dramatically simplified the process of adding items. So now it should be a way quicker to put things into the game, and a better workflow for the artists and everything to do all this adding stuff. So I hope that you've enjoyed this update, and I hope that we get lots of cool stuff done for next week, and maybe we'll do another update next week, maybe not. But if you guys have any feedback or want to hear anything more, or particularly interested in details about something, hit me up in the forums, and I might be able to do something else to show you guys. Thanks. This is Enstorm. Bye.